Martin Luther, along with men like Erasmus, John Calvin, Thomas More, and Henry VIII, would be the well-known names from this dramatic time of Reformation. But women had theological opinions and insights too. Women cared about what did and didn't happen to the church. Their voices haven't tended to make it into the history books, but they also shaped the new world out of the wreckage of this cataclysmic time. Two of Anne's books of hours, devotional books containing selections of Christian prayers and psalms, can still be seen on display at her family's homestead, Hever Castle. One was an older hand-copied and hand-illuminated manuscript, likely passed through the family as a treasured item from the earlier 15th century. The second was a product of the new technology, printed in France in 1527. Each contains a handwritten inscription by Anne. In the printed book, she wrote, "Remember me when you do pray, that hope doth lead from day to day. Anne Boleyn." In the older volume, she wrote underneath a picture of the day of final judgment, "Le temps viendra, je, Anne Boleyn." When she wrote these inscriptions is not known. They hint at her sense of religious conviction, that she saw herself and her role as being called by God and led by a sense of faith that was both personal and prayerful. Anne didn't come by her religious convictions in a vacuum, but rather out of the exciting and fast-changing times in which she was living, and more particularly from the smart women in whose company she grew up and who would so shape her vision for what the world could become. Anne found herself at the receiving end of a powerful man's desire. She began to sense how that desire could carve a path of reform in the English church. She brought to Henry ideas which religious authorities in the English church, including Henry himself, had so vehemently and recently rejected. "The time will come," the second inscription read, "I, Anne Boleyn."